Hello, and welcome back to the diner for this edition of Burgers and Fries. So the thing is, guys, I thought I was done talking about the Acolytes. I mean, I did release a rant talking about episode 3 and the backlash, and episode 4 was so boring where nothing happened that I really didn't find it worthy to talk about.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
But they have just continued with more and more shit that's impossible to ignore. A lot of times, the problem with what they have with these TV shows is that they're diluting Star Wars. They are just adding more and more and more to what Star Wars is, but it's not good. And as they've been diluting it, they're making more shit happen. And then the people can't keep track of the goddamn shit that already was happening. Have you guys been keeping track of this shit?
Nope.
Good job. You don't need to. When episode 4 came out, longtime Star Wars fans noticed the inclusion of Ki-Adi-Mundi, you know, that funny-looking conehead old man Jedi. The one on the council who said, the Sith have been extinct for a millennium. And yet here he was in a show set 100 years before episode 1. Oh, I guess I forgot to mention that time I saw a dark side wielding red light lightsaber that was not a Sith 100 years ago. No, he wasn't Sith at all. He was different. What's that phrase again, Greg?
Bullshit.
So this is somebody that already had a George Lucas established backstory in the lore with an established age. Because Disney fucked up the official canon again, causing Wikipedia authors to go back and edit the official age and birth year.
Bullshit.
Yeah. And then when they were called out on it, both Wikipedia editors and the writers of the show just doubled down on their bullshit, defending what they were doing.
Because they just love the smell of it.
They really do. But that's not the worst thing that came out. A few days ago, the star of the Acolyte, Amandla Stenberg, released a diss track on her Instagram page, essentially to fire back at the perceived oppressive racist backlash towards her.
To be honest, I'm not surprised she's trying to do damage control to try and make herself look like the victim.
Now, normally I would play the audio and we could all react together to this, but apparently she has been cracking down on any copyright use of her song and striking any YouTube videos that include audio or video of it. So the best I can really do is read the lyrics out loud. And again, if you actually do just try to listen to the song and check out that cringe music video, you can do so at your own risk. It's just really her whisper mumbling the following words to a generic beat. So anything you guys want to say before I start reading the lyrics?
Yeah, she doesn't even know how to dance.
I'm going viral on Twitter again. Open up the news to find some interesting things. 20 million views, interview from 2018 with Trevor the King when I was a teen. I was running from city to city to speak on a story. You know the one, police murdering a black boy. My people cried in the theaters finding release. White people cried they could see us as human beings. Trevor asked what I want the people to know. I say white people crying was the goal. If they could take one thing, what would it be? I say empathy. Ooh, that's why they mad at me. They splice lines, make hate they recognize, make it look like the same propaganda they spew, because they conflate our pain with violence and try to weaponize everything we do. Thoughts on this so far?
Lame.
It sounds, those lyrics are crap.
Now, she was promoting a movie called The Hate U Give, which was a movie about the fallout after a high school student witnessed a police shooting. And look, there are good movies that are kind of in that same vein that do address racial problems and do address police brutality, like Do the Right Thing and A Time to Kill, starring Samuel L. So yes, there are good movies that address racism. So people taking a clip out of context and conflating it with stuff about the Acolyte, yes, I can actually kind of see her being pissed at that because of idiots blowing it out of proportion. But then the song gets worse. Ready?
Ready.
The desperation of oppressors is rising, and now they holding on to anything they can use. If you rely upon misinformation, then that tells me you afraid of the truth. And ready for the chorus? We so bored, don't fuck with your discourse. We so bored, don't fuck with your discourse. Hey, Greg, we so bored, don't fuck with your discourse.
Bullshit.
Hey, Tony, you know what it is? You know what we have to say?
Bullshit.
No, we so bored, don't fuck with your discourse. Get it right.
Bullshit.
No, you're not singing the words right. We so bored, don't fuck with your discourse.
We so bored, don't fuck with your discourse.
There you go. And now you listen, and I'm going to tell you something fascinating. They spin in woke, bastardize it, and appropriate it. Last I recall, woke was something we created. Speak the truth to power. Keep an eye out for you silly racists. And now they use it to describe anything they threaten by. Remember when Gambino put it in the zeitgeist? It was all about people recognizing bigotry, the power of community, not fodder for your clickbait.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Some of the worst lyrics I've ever seen.
She basically admits here that her activist people started the fucking trend of using the word woke and created that movement. But of course, when other people called out the works using the same phrases that they made up, oh no, they're the bad guys, they're the oppressors. Oh, how dare you call out major franchises going for DEI and agenda messages that divides fan bases rather than make quality work with a good story that unites the fan bases.
And well, Anthony, for what the movies you were pointing out about the ones that were pointing out the racism and all that, do they really talk down to the audience or something?
No, they don't. They really don't talk down to the audience.
But the actress that we're talking about, she seems like she's been doing that a lot.
Oh, she's been doing that a lot in recent interviews, talking about the show, as is the showrunner. And that's what a lot of people are basically saying. Enough of this. Like, we don't like your show. Don't talk down to us because we don't like your show. Okay, ready for the next part of the lyrics?
Oh boy,
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Speaking of which, journalists, I'm looking at you. Did you forget it's your job to provide the truth? Spreading divisiveness, mining the metrics and data. Seem you gave up all your ethics for money and views. And I can tell you the people we are tired, and the kids don't trust anything that they view. We can learn something from their discernment. The future's coming, and it's always the youth. Wow. That sounds exactly what she is doing, too, by releasing a stupid song like this.
Yeah, it's hypocritical.
Oh no, The Acolyte is the worst reviewed Star Wars show ever. We better get more attention by writing a shitty music video and releasing it. Guys, we so bored, don't fuck with your discourse.
We so both fuck with your discourse.
We so bored, don't fuck with your discourse. That's how it's said. That's the fucking chorus. Jesus. All right. Going on. Next,
Wow. I've heard shitty songs from Taylor Swift and everything like that, but this stuff makes Taylor Swift seem excellent again.
This makes Taylor Swift seem like Metallica.
It makes Maroon 5 seem like Def Leppard.
There you go. Here you go. Next part. My sis said, don't let it get to my spirit. I'm sick and fucking tired of suppressing my rage. 400 years of taking their bullshit to compartmentalize like my ancestors had to be encaged. If you don't confront the pain that you live with, it'll manifest as addiction, disease, and hate. I've seen the infection repression can give you. I'm not going to be the next one sent to an early grave.
What the heck kind of song is that? It doesn't even seem like a song. It just seems like a rant.
Really? I know. And again, what the fuck is she having to rage about? She grew up rich. She grew up with a rich white dad. What the hell does she have to complain about?
She's the one that have the most privilege in all of us.
What's even funny is that the top comments of this Instagram post, they're not people that support her. I'm going to read you the comments and feel free to react as such. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
First comment. This is as bad as her acting in The Acolytes.
Burn.
Next one. You're not a victim. You are not oppressed. Next one. Your dad is literally white.
Boom.
Next one. Black man here. I'm not oppressed. You're most certainly not oppressed. You're sitting on $3 million and a wealthy white male daddy. Disney Star Wars sucks.
Okay.
Oh, she's not going to be able to read that one because she thinks that black guy really hates themselves or something.
Yeah, like it.
Next one. They listed this in bullet points. Bullet point, grew up in a wealthy family. Bullet point, trained violinist. Bullet point, Hollywood actress employed by one of the largest companies in America. Bullet point, claims to be oppressed.
She is not.
Next one, ready?
Ready.
So wait, Gina gets fired for her post, but this is completely cool? Double standard much?
And really hypocritical.
Getting worse and worse.
I know. These are the top comments on the Instagram post. It's not a bunch of people going, yeah, you go, girl. This is people calling her out on her bullshit. This is great.
Love it.
And this next one, and this is a long one, but this actually comes true to what we believe too. This is why Hollywood will never learn and why Hollywood will keep losing money. You focus so much on the racism that millions of actual feedback got lost in it. You write off genuine criticism as ists and phobes, so you don't end up bettering your productions. You turn everything into culture wars, attacking real fans the same way you'd attack the few ists and phobes among them and among everyone. You tell your real fans to fuck off and not watch, and guess what? You lose money, because that's how logic works. Those who support don't watch. And if they did, you wouldn't be losing money. That's because they're not fans. Their entire is the culture war, not your product. This logic seems so simple.
Very.
And I mentioned this in the Acolyte review, that I love the Fallout TV series. It has a diverse cast. Nobody complained about it. Have you guys seen the new Game of Thrones show at all?
I've seen clips of it when my parents were watching it and started that, but I haven't really watched the episode. I've seen parts.
Okay, well, House of the Dragon is also really good. It has a diverse cast. And again, House of the Dragon has a lot more fucked up things you can complain about when it comes to who characters sleep with and other ways that murders are depicted in both of these shows. But yet people still love the show and they look forward to every new episode when they come out.
Because they don't care about that stuff going on. They care about the show and the story and the episodes and stuff. That's how it should be.
Because it's well acted. They're telling a good story. Exactly. Did you guys ever see the Hunger Games movies at all?
Yeah, no. I did.
You realize that that's Rue from the Hunger Games, right, Tony?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I liked Amandla Stenberg when she played Rue. Did you like her when she played that character?
She was okay. I had no problem with her.
And you know what? If her goal was making white people cry, as she said in that interview, well, she definitely succeeded when her character got killed off in the Hunger Games. We as an audience actually felt bad for her character as a child being a victim of an oppressing government that forced children and teenagers to fight to the death. So we actually did feel bad for her. She did her job well there. But in terms of what activist crap she's preaching in real life from the screens,
probably just call for what she is, a total bitch.
Yeah, really. I mean, when Ricky Gervais told everyone in Hollywood at the Golden Globes that they know nothing about how the road works, he was talking about the cheese and wine socialist bitches like her.
Yep.
Very.
She comes from the very thing she claims oppresses her. She is half white.
Yep.
She grew up rich and privileged with a white dad.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how early she was getting paychecks from Disney?
What was that, 8 years old or something?
4 years old.
Dang.
She was getting paychecks before she was old enough to know what 1 + 1 was. And she threw it all away.
No, she just wants to pretend to be oppressed and blame white people for her problems because her show sucked.
Mm-hmm.
She's not somebody who knows what true hard living is. She's never lived paycheck to paycheck. She's never had to figure out whether she can spend her next $100 on groceries or the internet bill because the bills are due. Her entire life has been nothing but silk sheets and opportunities at every turn.
Mm-hmm.
And yet here she is from the comfort of her luxury home, away from all the poverty eras, saying she's also a victim so she can conveniently ignore her rich white heritage because fuck you, that's why. Yeah, Tony sneezed in the background because he's allergic to bullshit.
Yep.
People like me are the oppressors because, oh no, we didn't like the show she was on.
Bullshit.
I'm sure there are a few people who outright refuse to watch anything with people of color playing the lead, but the majority of people who dislike The Acolyte are not racist or homophobes. They dislike the show because of the bad acting, the bad writing, the longtime fans hating how much of the shows have been breaking canon and fucking up the lore. So yeah, it must be nice to be born into luxury, being able to ride off the coattails of Disney and be able to dance unironically to in an impoverished neighborhood that you don't live in order to virtue signal using a platform boosted by Disney. That must be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What is wrong with society these days?
honestly, the backlash that she got from this diss track actually gives me hope that a lot of people are looking at this like, no, she is totally full of shit here.
Yep. And probably smells like it too.
Or just likes to smell her own shit. All right. With that said, the diner is closed. Do you want to hear more? Feel free to like and subscribe. Also, feel free to join our Discord server if you would like to talk to us directly or if you'd like to become a panelist one day. I'm Desert Coyote 22. Thank you for listening.